moments in life when you feel completely exhausted. Moments when your heart feels heavy, your mind feels broken, and your soul quietly whispers, "I can't do this anymore." Maybe people walked away from you. Maybe you prayed, but nothing changed. Maybe you cried at night while pretending to smile during the day. But today, this message is not an accident. You are here for a reason. Because tonight, Jesus wants to speak directly to your heart. Not to condemn you, not to shame you, but to remind you that you are loved more than you can imagine. So before you skip this video, before doubt enters your mind, take a deep breath. Stay here. Listen carefully, because this message may completely change your life. Jesus sees the tears nobody else notices. He knows the battles you fight in silence, the anxiety, the fear, the loneliness. Even when the world ignores your pain, He never does. There were nights when you thought nobody cared, but Jesus was beside you the entire time. When your heart broke, He was there. When people betrayed you, He was there. When you felt weak and hopeless, He was there. You may feel forgotten by people, but you are never forgotten by God.
My child, I know your struggles. I know your wounds, and I have never abandoned you. The enemy wants you to believe you are worthless, but Jesus calls you chosen. The world calls you weak, but heaven calls you strong. You survived battles that should have destroyed you, and the reason you are still here is because God has a purpose for your life. Right now, while you are listening to this message, Jesus is healing parts of your heart you thought would never heal. So many people are drowning in fear. Fear about money. Fear about the future. Fear about failure. But Jesus says, do not be afraid. Tomorrow is already in God's hands. The same God who protected you yesterday will protect you tomorrow. You don't need to carry every burden alone. Some of you are mentally exhausted because you keep trying to control everything. But not everything is your responsibility. Sometimes God allows situations you cannot control, so you finally learn to trust Him completely. Faith begins where control ends. Jesus never promised a life without storms, but He promised you would never face them alone. The storm around you may be strong, but the God beside you is stronger. So stop overthinking every problem. Stop imagining the worst possible outcome. God is already working behind the scenes, even when you cannot see it, even when you do not understand it. Miracles are happening in places you cannot yet see. One of the enemy's greatest weapons is guilt. He constantly reminds people of their past mistakes. But Jesus is not standing over you with condemnation. He is standing before you with forgiveness. Some people watching this feel ashamed of their past. You made mistakes. You trusted the wrong people. You failed. You sinned. But hear this clearly. Your past is not greater than God's mercy. Jesus knew every mistake you would make, and he still chose to love you. That means your failures do not cancel your purpose. Peter denied Jesus 3 times, yet Jesus still used him powerfully. Moses made mistakes. David made mistakes. Paul made mistakes. But God still transformed their lives, and he can transform yours too. Do not let shame keep you trapped in darkness. The moment you turn back to Jesus, grace begins to rebuild your life. God specializes in restoring broken people. He turns pain into purpose, failure into testimony, and brokenness into strength.
Some seasons feel confusing. You pray, but doors close. You try, but things fall apart. And sometimes you wonder, God, why is this happening to me? But what if your delay is actually preparation? What if God is protecting you from things you cannot see? Sometimes God removes people because they would destroy your future. Sometimes he delays blessings because your character is still growing. And sometimes he allows struggles because strength is being built inside you. Diamonds are created under pressure. And maybe the pressure in your life is preparing you for greatness. Do not quit during the difficult season. The hardest moments often come right before breakthrough. One day you will look back and realize God was guiding you even when life made no sense. Every closed door, every painful goodbye, every delay, it was all part of God's bigger plan. Trust him, even when the path is unclear. Because God sees the full picture, while you only see one chapter. You have survived 100% of your hardest days. Think about that. There were moments you thought would completely destroy you. Yet here you are, still breathing, still standing, still fighting. That strength did not come from you alone. God carried you through moments you could not survive by yourself. Some people see your smile, but they have no idea what you endured to keep going. The battles you survived created strength within you. And Jesus says, "My grace is sufficient for you." You do not need to be perfect to be loved by God. You do not need to have all the answers. You simply need faith the size of a mustard seed. Even small faith can move mountains. So stop calling yourself weak. You are stronger than the fear attacking your mind. You are stronger than the pain in your heart. You are stronger because God is with you. And when God walks beside you, nothing can truly defeat you. Not everyone assigned to your life is assigned to your future. Some people only bring chaos, negativity, and pain. And sometimes the hardest thing to do is walk away. But Jesus did not create you to constantly live in emotional destruction. Protect your peace. Protect your heart. Some people drain your energy because they are disconnected from God. Be careful who influences your spirit. Negative voices can slowly destroy faith. That is why you must stay close to God's presence. The
more time you spend with Jesus, the stronger your spirit becomes. Do not chase people who constantly disrespect your worth. Do not beg for love from people who treat you poorly. God did not create you to live desperate for human approval. Your identity comes from heaven. And when you truly understand your value in God's eyes, you stop settling for less. Sometimes, separation is necessary for elevation. And God may remove certain people to protect the future He has planned for you.
This season of pain will not last forever. Healing is coming. Peace is coming. Restoration is coming. The tears you cried in private, God collected every single one of them. Nothing you suffered was wasted. Right now, things may look impossible, but Jesus specializes in impossible situations. He raises broken people. He restores destroyed lives. He opens doors nobody can shut. One moment with God can change everything. One prayer can change your future. One breakthrough can erase years of suffering. Do not give up now. You are closer to your miracle than you realize. The enemy attacks hardest when breakthrough is near. That is why you must keep believing, even when emotions tell you to quit. Faith means trusting God before the miracle appears. And your story is not ending in defeat. God is writing a testimony through your pain. More than success, more than money, more than fame, your soul truly needs Jesus. Because nothing in this world can heal the emptiness inside your heart except Him. People try to fill that emptiness with distractions, but temporary things can never satisfy an eternal soul. Jesus is calling you closer today. Not religion, not rules, relationship. He wants your heart. Speak to Him honestly. You do not need perfect words. Just speak from your soul. Tell Him your fears, your pain, your struggles. He already knows everything. And still, He loves you completely. No matter how far you've wandered, you can always return to God. His mercy is bigger than your mistakes, and His love for you will never